I'm happy, my cares have flown away, a new day. There's nothing in the way, and darling, let's dance together till morning.
Last night we were taking the Long Island Railroad home from my sister's apartment, and he's like, I'm so excited that I get to spend an hour sitting next to you. Totally cheesy, but totally true. I think we just make each other really, really happy.
I was recently gotten out of another relationship and really hadn't been going out a lot. And a friend of mine invited me to her birthday party and mentioned that there was someone who she worked with and thought, you know, would be someone good for me to date.
We were introduced right away, and I thought, wow, he's good looking. And we ended up talking for about a full 4 hours.
When we left, walked her home, which was kind of funny because she basically lived right next door to the bar.
And he kind of fumbled and asked for my number and said he was gonna call me.
So I called her up Thursday night and pretty well prepared for the fact that she wasn't going to allow me to take her out on a Friday or Saturday night.
So he decided to suggest Sunday brunch. We ended up having, again, like another great conversation. And I think our brunch was over maybe about, I don't know, 2, 3 o'clock.
So I thought, oh, we just do brunch and then, you know, peck on the cheek and go. But, you know, at the same time, I didn't really want it to end. So I kept thinking of things to do, and she kept saying yes.
We decided to walk through the streets of Soho together, and it's always magic and it's always fun. And I think we have the same sense of adventure, and we find a lot of just fun in new things.
I don't really think there was ever a particular moment where I said, yes, this is the one, this is exactly it. But I think that in time, I just kept thinking about how it was so much better to be with her and that there were so many great opportunities in my life than not. And then it really just became about how to actually propose. And one of the things which Jess had always said she wanted to do was go for a boat ride at the pond in Central Park.
Yeah, that's very cool.
I tried to make this really great plan, but there were a few weaknesses to my plan.
Because one, it is like blazing hot outside. Like we are sweating. Andy gets in the boat, he doesn't know how to row.
I spent about 15-20 minutes awkwardly going and circling around the lake.
And I'm like barking orders at him because like many years of day camp, I know how to row. And I'm like, this arm backwards, that arm backwards. Not very romantic.
And then the other thing was that even though it was a summer and it was a hot day, there were a lot of people out and a lot of people on the you know, or in the surrounding areas, taking pictures and, you know, going in boats. And I really wanted to be a quiet, special moment for each other. And so I was lucky to find some shade under the bow bridge.
And he says, you know, why don't we play Scrabble? And we play Scrabble a lot, so that in itself wasn't unusual, although it was somewhat unusual to play Scrabble in a boat. And he hands me the Scrabble board. And I open it up, and inside it said, Jessica Cohen, I love you. Will you marry me? And then he hands me the ring. And over the course of this whole interlude, tons of tourists had, you know, gathered because I knew what was happening, and they break into thunderous applause. And he's like, look over there. And there are my parents and his parents standing there. And he had snuck them into the city, so it really made the day incredibly special.